We finally got something going.
Ready to go.
Now I can go to sleep.
Hey, Bob Averman, I got all your little stories today.
Are you talking to me, Jim, or who are you talking
I
to?
was talking to Bob Averman, but he didn't hear me.
Ah.
I hear that Bart Wildner's wife, Lynn, is now recovering from a serious bicycle accident that occurred on the Roanoke Greenway last year. My understanding is the Wildners are currently living in Florida. And but I do have some good news. I see Betsy Buchanan back.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the abundance you have given us. May our service in Kiwanis bring light to those who walk in darkness, hope to those who live in despair, and justice to those who are oppressed. Grant to each Kiwanian a sense of participation in the most important opportunity of all time. That is to share your love with the world.
Hey, bringing every girl and boy baskets full of Easter joy, things to make your Easter bright and gay. He's got jelly beans for Tommy, got your sister Sue. There's an orchid for your mommy and an Easter bonnet too. Oh, here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, happy Easter day. And if you don't celebrate Easter, have a wonderful Sunday, weekend after next, regardless. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Andy. Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Joyce Montgomery.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You guys can be seated. We have one of our new members, Sheon Baker, is going to be introducing our guest. Good. Are we doing Rupert? Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to everyone on Zoom. I'm usually there with you, so I'm glad you can hear us now. I am Shion Baker. I am a new Kiwanis member. I think I'm a year new, so thank you all for being so welcoming. I work at Hollins University. I'm the executive assistant to the president and secretary to the board of trustees, and it's my pleasure to welcome 3 guests today. So we have Anna Miroshnaninka. I think I did that right, Anna. And her Kiwana host is Jackie Bledsoe. We have Stephen Lehman from Hollins University, who is my guest, and Stephen is the Vice President of Graduate Studies and Continuing Programming. And we also have Bryn Scarsese. Did I say that right, Gwen? Scazzari from Virginia Children's Theater, and she is the guest of Jean Bollendorf. Okay, thank you, everyone.
All right, I think we have some birthday announcements coming up. Jean, do you want to talk about birthdays?
Uh-oh, I jumped up here without my reading glasses. Okay. All right. Oh, those are nice. Thank you. See, our guests come in handy, don't they? All right. Happy birthday to our April group. And after I give the names, I'm going to ask everybody to help me sing. I know I've got some good singers in here. April 1st is Chloe White. April 2nd, Andre Brooks. April 5th, Sam Darby. April 10th, Tim Thompson. April 12th, Bob Haberman. April 14th, Gary Dirk. April 18th, Jim Randalls. April 19th, Eddie Barnes. And April 27th, Dwight Steele. All right, y'all ready to sing? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kiwanians. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Let's hear about those horses and how they've been running.
Thank you, thank you. So we are excited for some additional announcements for this week. I'm going to go through the slide quickly because we have someone special who's going to share some tips and tricks about how to get those ticket sales up. But the good news is that this week brought us to an overall revenue of $35,900. Clap it out, clap it out. Yes. So quickly, will we find out where that money's coming from? Please hold. All right, so what Thoroughbred is still running hard as we're turning the corner with $1,085. Sea biscuits with gravy. Yep, last to first. So you guys, I mean, it's just, you never know what's going to happen week to week. Don't forget that money has to be turned in by 3 p.m. on Tuesday to count for that week. Anything received after is going to go towards the following week. So who took over the track this week? It's a new one. Bart Wilner with $500. $500. So who's going back to the barn? Dun, 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 dun. Consortium Flapjack. Sorry, guys. All right, so week by week, we've got our week totals that are following up here, one at a time, and we're going to see where we are for week 6. $3,325 is our total. So we're falling a little bit behind. I do know that we are getting towards the halfway point as the track turns. I know it's hard to keep going. It's hard to find new people to get tickets, but you guys can do it. We did it last year. We've done it in the past. We're going to do it again. Lois and I have no doubt in our mind. You guys are awesome and you're doing really, really well. Please just keep going, beat the track. So here we have our team standings. As we can see, odds on favorite is #1 so far with 6405. And I won't read, yes, clap it out. There you go, clap it out. And I won't read these because you guys can see those for yourselves, but this is really impressive. This is really, really impressive. And Lois and I are just so thankful that we have you guys working so hard to make this possible. Oh, and so 24,100 is what we have left to raise in 4 weeks. It's doable. We've already proven that we can do it. So if we just keep the momentum going, and now we're going to hear from our special guest.
So we thought it would be good to get one of our thoroughbreds, Mr. Rupert Cutler, to share with us about how he is doing such an excellent job this year. So please take note. We're going to have Root join us virtually, and he's going to share his knowledge with us.
Okay, I guess I'm on. There we go. Can everyone hear me? Lois, am I cool?
Yes, you are good.
Okay.
You're
Hey,
good.
John Montgomery, here's another check. Keep them coming. Gene Mollendorf put my tips in the newsletter this week, but let me just say a few things in addition to that. You might think that to raise $2,600, I've gone to just a few businesses and gotten a few checks, but in fact, this $2,600 has come from 29 different people. And as I said in that piece that was in the newsletter, I have a pretty complicated process of writing letters to my friends. Just to go through the slides here. I have a master mailing list in my computer for every address of everybody and every business I in contact with. So I copy and paste the likely people. You know, I have to avoid putting my Kiwanis friends on this list because you don't want to hear from me about buying K-Pad. So I found 60 couples that I thought might buy tickets, and I addressed 60 envelopes to those 60 people. And then I wrote a form letter saying, you know, what a great operation K-Pad is in Kiwanis and the nature park. And I signed those letters, and I added a personal note in each one. So I compared the envelope name and address with the form letter, and then wrote their name on it and signed it personally and put a little note on it. And so go to the next slide. Then what I also did was I scanned the K-Pad ticket, 2 tickets front and back, so I could refer to the long list of groups that we give grants to and scholarships and all that. So now I had 60 form letters signed and 60 scanned K-Pad tickets, and I folded them in thirds, and I put them in the envelopes, and then I took another 60 envelopes, and I used those little sticky labels that we get from charities with their logo on, you know, sheets of return address labels, and I cut their logos off, and I stuck my own name and address on each of these 60 envelopes and folded them up so people won't have to fish around for an envelope and put my name on it. They've got it. I didn't put postage on it because that gets a little expensive. But so I fold up the envelope, I put that in with the form letters, and I mail it. And then I hold my breath and I wait for the mail. And the fun part of this project is when the mail comes, you know, who you have checks from. And that's a lot of fun. And so the checks come in, I photocopy each check, and I customize a thank you note I've got in Word, and I send that to each of my donors by email. So I have both their postal address and their email address. And so I email them, and in my email thank you, I'm careful to put their name, their check number, the amount of their check, and then I put a little personal note on each one. And, you know, if there's a bottom line to this, it's to thank the people that you give, that you get money from. And so that I mail the checks to John. Is there any more slides? I think maybe that's it. So we go to, I just want to emphasize that your K-Pad ticket sales campaign doesn't have to be as complex as what I lined out here. You can ask people in person, you can call them on the telephone, you can send them an email message, keep track. And then most importantly, as any of you know who raise funds for any organization, you need to thank the people that gave you the checks so they will respond again next year. So I tally this all up, put it on my mailing list as to who gave how much, and put that mailing list in the back of my yearly appointment calendar, ready to go for the next year. And so that's what I do. It doesn't have to be that complicated, but it's fun to do. And it makes it interesting to wait for the mail and see how well you did each day. So Lois and Emily, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Awesome. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you, Rupert. That's how a thoroughbred runs for the roses. Okay. So we'll hear from some more, but real quickly, just wanted to remind everybody that we have a membership drive going the same time that we have KPAT. So 2 parts to the membership drive. And Donna Lynch is keeping track of these numbers for us. And she tells me that we have 2 people that are tied right now. We have Ken Briggs and Eric Danielson, who have brought 2 guests. Now, you guys, we had guests today. So Sherry had a great turnout at the cleanup. Sam's going to have star cleanup. You know, make sure you write down those names and give them to Donna so that you get credit for inviting people to join us in our events. Okay. And if you need more tickets, posters, anything, please let us know. Emily and I are here for you so that we can make this a great race. Thank you.
Last thing, just don't forget auction items. That's one of the ways that you can really bump up your ticket sales. Think about things that you have at home that maybe you're not using anymore. If your wife has designer pocketbooks tucked away in the back of her closet, we are happy to take those. We will put a reserve on any item that we need to. So if you secure an item, let's say a piece of jewelry from a local jeweler, and the jeweler says, I'm willing to let you have this, but I need to receive at least $200 for the item, we will put that reserve on the auction item. If that reserve is not met, that piece of jewelry or other merchandise will be returned to the donor. So don't let that stop you from going after some big ticket items that you think might bring in money. Walk around your house. There's that artwork that you're not real happy about anymore and you're getting ready to change out. Make that an auction item. Take a picture of it. Please give us this description and give us the amount that you think that piece is worth and or if it needs to have a reserve. And those can be emailed to Leanne and we will get those posted up on the auction website. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm Harry Zuloff. You probably got an email from me yesterday, and it's to sign up and for the KPAT. And David, I don't think you signed up, and you like to be out there up front. So anyway, I wanted to just give you some names that of the people that signed up. JC Taylor was able to do it. I mean, if JC can do it. Mike Loveman signed up. Andre Brooks signed up with an additional person. Our newest member, I guess he was an old member too, Guy Bird, who just inducted last week, signed up. And Alex Bard, who's a new member, he signed up. So open that email, click the link, sign up for the position you want. We've got 22% of the positions filled already. Thanks so much.
Don, did you want to tell us about your event?
I'm Don Witt, and I am excited about what we're doing this Friday. We're installing interpretive signs. The city crew is ready to go, and we're ready to go. And I want to remind those that signed up to meet me at, or meet us all at Bennington Trailhead, which is by the sewage treatment plant at 9 o'clock Friday morning. Hope to see you all there.
Afternoon, everybody. I'm Sam Lionberger. We're going to have a star cleanup Saturday, the 9th, starting at 8:30 registration. We'll have coffee and food there for everybody. We're hoping to start picking up trash about 9:15. Last year, it took about an hour. Unfortunately, it's not going to be like this afternoon. It's going to be back in the 30s. So get your winter stuff out for one last time and come help us clean up trash.
Come on up, Sherry.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see everybody. On May 5th, you've got it on your calendars, right? We have an opportunity to gather together for our interfaith prayer breakfast. It is bright and early at 7 in the morning. It will be a chance for us to come together around the theme of healing in a changing world. And I know we all have world peace in our hearts, and we lift up Ukraine, and we all want to join together in prayer to think about our role and how we can come together in peace to promote healing in a changing world. We have a wonderful lineup of prayers from all different kinds of faiths that will inspire us. We have music. We have the Dr. Anderson, George Anderson, is our keynote speaker. So please come and join us. Dave Hartman and Jackie Bledsoe have led that committee. Is Tom Miller here? He has tickets. Jackie's got tickets, of course. And following the announcements, I think Jackie is going to introduce someone that's related to our theme as well. There is a meeting this Friday, right, at 8 a.m. If you want to be a part of planning the prayer breakfast, you can join us then. Thanks so much.
Good afternoon, Bob Rutherford and Mike Bell for Kids Fishing Day, which is coming up on the 30th at Hope Tree Family Services Pond. We expect to have about 30 plus kids. Unfortunately, I talked to David Lemon today, and the Presbyterian Community Center is not going to be able to participate, but we will have a number of kids from the West End Center. I don't know how long we've been doing this. This is about 10th year. We had John Ewart and Mr. Randalls that both have signed up twice. And how long have you been doing it, John, do you think? How many years? Do you have any idea? Okay. Anyway, this will be the last time I'll leave the sign-up sheets, and then after that, we can, just meet individually. But I hope we always need volunteers, and like to get people who can help the kids actually do the fishing part. But we can use you in lots of other ways, including you get a free lunch afterwards. So try to sign up if you can. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Good news about the auction. That is May 14th, the KPAD auction. We'll continue with the silent auction. We hope to have items posted by the 18th or so of April, but we will have an in-person auction on the 14th, beginning at 6 p.m. at Twisted Track. Chuck Baker is going to be our auctioneer. Now, I don't know if you know this about Chuck. He's pretty good at selling cars, but before he had a job selling cars, he was an auctioneer. And he's going to auction off, 10 or 15 items, culminating with the Roanoke Star. So it's going to be in person at Twisted Track on the 14th. Invite your friends. We'll start at 6. Kind of get a little lubricated to sort of help those bids come in. And then I think Chuck's going to kick it off about 7 or 7:15, something like that. Should be a lot of fun. And that's and we'll raise some significant bucks. Will culminate with auctioning off the Star. Is Sam Lineberger still here? that rascal. So we will be auctioning off the star at the end of it. Thank you all. Hope to see you there. It should be a lot of fun. Bring those items in. Leanne and Bruce Swanson are helping us getting items posted. We're working on getting things up as best we can. Send in those descriptions, send in photographs, and if you have an idea of value, that's very helpful for us as well. Thank you all. Oh, one more thing. Pancake Committee breakfast Friday morning, Roanoke Restaurant, 8 o'clock. Can I say that again? Pancake Committee breakfast Friday morning, Roanoke Restaurant, 8 o'clock. Thank you all.
Thanks, Ben. Mike McAvoy, and I have two announcements. One is about the Blue Ridge Marathon. Thanks for everybody who's signed up for that. Wanted to let you know you'll be getting some emails either from me or possibly the volunteer coordinator. If you're working the aid station, you got one from me this morning about watching the video on how to run the aid station. Some of you other guys may get contacted about watching videos about how to be a marshal or things like that. So just look for those from the Blue Ridge Marathon folks. And again, thanks to everybody for signing up. We met our minimum, and actually we're kind of getting close to our next tier, so it's not too late if you haven't signed up. Also, let's see, Cox is doing an e-cycle event on April 23rd that Sherry's kind of been coordinating. So put April 23rd on your calendar, and you can bring all your electronic waste to, is it going to be at Cox's building over on Fallwater? Yep, over on Fallwater. So kind of over in the Tanglewood Mall area. So a little further down from that. So anyway, bring all your electronic recycling there. Thanks, everybody.
Good afternoon. I have a special guest with me. You can come up here. We've all been hearing about what's happening in Ukraine. How could you not? Well, Anna is from Ukraine. She's one of the ladies that was in Sunday's paper. I think they had a 2-page article about what was going on in Ukraine. Anna is a U.S. citizen now. She's been in this country about 10 years. And I had asked all of the ladies to come as our guests today, but 3 of them couldn't get off for lunch. But I want to introduce Anna and let her tell you in a couple of minutes, which will be almost impossible, what is really going on in Ukraine. She still has family there, but please welcome Anna.
Hi. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry. Thank you, Jackie, so much. I'll be very quick. I am from Ukraine. I was born and raised in Ukraine. My entire family is there. And there's a big community here of Ukrainian ladies whose whole family is there. So everything we say is from what our families and friends are seeing every day. And it's very scary every morning to pick up your phone because I never know what messages and what news I'll see from my families and friends. And it's absolutely terrifying. It's something that we have to keep praying, keep talking about, and keep doing something. So we organizing a prayers night on April 23rd. Will be Saturday at 5 p.m. It will be at Rivers Edge Athletic Field, right across from Roanoke Memorial Hospital. If you would like to join, I hope you will. We need all the prayers, all the power to support these people who going through absolutely unbelievable events in their life. The war is real. It's absolutely terrifying. They need our hope. They need our support because all that is very important and it all matters. Every your thought, every your prayer, every your support makes a big difference in these people's lives. They know what they're fighting for freedom. And that's what America is proud to be. They want just to live in a free country. So please, if you would like to join, if you would like to be a part of it, contact me or Jackie. We would love to help you there. Say your prayers for Ukraine and just you guys have absolutely amazing hearts for doing what you do. So please unite for Ukraine. Thank you.
We do need to do a brag buck real quick. Andre, I believe, is on Zoom. And Andre, I'll let you have the floor.
Thank you, President Clark. As Jean announced, I had a birthday on April 2nd, and while I'm not revealing which one that was, in our tradition, as I believe started by John Bradshaw, I am making a donation to the foundation for my birthday. And John, the check is in the mail.
Thank you, Andre. Our program today is Change in a Cup by Beth Woodrum, and I'm going to let Leanne introduce our guest.
Okay, that's better. Hello. I'm really excited for you all to hear from Chris's Coffee and Custard today. And so I'm going to do my best to just kind of give you some background information about our speaker. So Chris's Coffee and Custard is a unique coffee and custard shop. Their goal is to make a positive change in a person's life. They'll serve you a wonderful cup of coffee, some of it's here today, or a delicious cup of custard, also here today, while creating opportunities for gainful and meaningful employment for individuals of all walks of life, focusing on our special abilities community. A majority of Chris's employees have special God-given gifts, talents, and abilities. Chris's Coffee serves as advocates for the value, inclusion, and acceptance of people with intellectual, developmental, and physical disabilities, and will help them develop and grow abilities that enable them to have the same opportunities as other people in our community. Speaking on behalf of Chris's Coffee and Custard today is the owner, Beth Woodrum. Beth graduated from Radford University with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing and a psychology minor. She worked in many different aspects of nursing for 30 years until she realized her true passion in life: developing opportunities and a job site to celebrate, develop, and grow the special abilities young adults in our community. Beth is very blessed to have been married to Alan for 35 years, and together they have 3 amazing boys, Taylor, Josh, and Chris, who's joining her today. Please welcome Beth Woodrum.
I think this is the lowest it's been. So. Thank you very much, Leanne, for inviting Chris and I today. This is Chris, my son, and he is the inspiration to everything that we're doing here and in this community. Chris is 26 and he has Down syndrome. He is amazing and is a leader at Chris's and helps our other young adults, teaches them, and is an unbelievable leader to them. Have my reading glasses here. On your table, I left flyers. We have extras up here on the table and our business cards as well. And it just tells a little bit about the 2 companies that I have, Love Able Services and Chris's Coffee and Custard. And just wanted to tell you a little bit about them today. Just leading up a little bit to Chris. Now, I like to, when I get really excited when I talk about Chris's, and so I'll start rambling a little bit. So Leanne's going to kind of keep me grounded. You know, when Chris was born and we found out he had Down syndrome, and I knew that I believe God puts the children in the lives and the families that they're supposed to be in. And so we knew that there was a special purpose for us with having Chris in our life. And we just prayed about it and said, Lord, you know, you have it in him and our family. And so just show us what our purpose is. And so I think he taught us and our family more about his special abilities and what he means to the community. And I think he taught us a lot more than what we taught him as he was growing up. About 5 years before Chris got out of school, they do job search. He went to Cave Spring High School and they do job search and training when they start in 9th grade. And so I started looking at that and looking at the young adults that were in his class and just looking around in our community and realized that there wasn't really any specific employment area for individuals with special abilities. We have quite a few training companies here in Roanoke, but no specific job site. So I started thinking about it. I started looking around, and I just had a huge desire to offer our young adults that opportunity. And so I started doing some research, and the Netherlands has been for over 35 years. They have been training and offering cafes for young adults with special abilities there. So I looked into that, looked into a lot of different other cafes and bakeries. There's Sugar Plum Bakery is up in Chesapeake. There's car washes, other coffee shops and bakeries. And I just really felt like God was really moving me. And it was kind of like, what am I going to do when I get older? And so I just sat down and I thought and I prayed about it. And I'm like, Lord, if you want me to do this, you just have to open the doors, because I don't know how to do it or what to do. So, but I'll just be faithful if that's what you want me to do. And I just had a huge peace about it. And so I went and told my husband, and I said, this is what I want to do. And he looked at me and he said, how are you going to do this? And I said, I have no idea. But I said, if I'm supposed to do it, I said, God will open the doors and I'll just walk through and I'll keep walking until he closes them. And I told him too, I said, it's going to take a community to pull this off. I said, I can't do this myself. And I said, I'm going to need a lot of people to help and be supporters in a lot of different ways, emotionally and financially, and to be there to help and, to work with me. And so I told my middle son, Josh, what I wanted to do. And he used to work out with Robbie over at Lab Sports Performance. He trained with him. And he said, you need to go talk to Robbie. And he's getting ready to do a huge renovation, owns part of the property on 9th Street in front of the industrial park, where the Visco's plant used to be. And so I went over and talked with him, and he pulled out all these blueprints of the huge renovation that he was going to be doing. And he said, in this area right here, he said, I wanted to have somebody put a coffee shop here, but he said, I would love for you to have your coffee shop there. And he said, I will help you. He said, as we're running, he said, you design it. As we're running the electricity, we'll run yours. And as we're running the water for the building, we'll run yours. And so he said, that part, we'll take care of that part. And then you finish all the rest. And so it was, I'm sorry, I have the slideshow up here, and it shows some of the initial pictures. There's a lot of pictures of our young adults as well, but this is kind of what it started. Look, when I first walked in, and I just saw the brick in the building, and I was like, I can do something with this. And so it was amazing. We have a picture yourself with Chris, people that buy our t-shirts, and I asked them to wear them all around the world. And so they take pictures and send them to us, and then we post them. So we do have t-shirts there for everybody too. But anyway, Robbie showed me that, and I said, yes, I said, I can do this. And so I went home and I told my husband, I said, I got my answer today. And he said, yeah, but still, how are you going to do this? And I said, I don't know. I'm just going to keep on praying. And, and just like she had said, praying for the people in Ukraine, that's what I did. And I knew God wanted me to do this, and I just didn't know how, but I knew he would open the doors. And it was amazing. The whole, like the first year, and how God opened a lot of doors. Before I could tell Chris, I have two companies, as I said, Love Able Services. That's our 501c3 nonprofit company, and that's a comprehensive training company. I also wanted to have that, but I wanted a job site where we could have a good continuity and be able to offer jobs to young adults once we train them. And that's where Chris's Coffee and Custard came in, and that is our job site. So I couldn't tell Chris what I was doing because he can't keep a secret. And so, so I told him, I gave him about 5 pieces of paper, and I said, okay, I said, I need you to write your name on these papers. And he said, why? And I said, well, I'm working on a project. So he wrote his name down, and I picked the one that I liked the best. And that's actually his signature in our logo. And then I built the logo around his signature, and our hashtag is where hot coffee meets cool friends. And we have a lot of special friends, as you'll see in the pictures here. So it started that way, and I asked Chris a lot, what would you like in Chris's? Once I could tell him, I had met with our attorney and the accountant, and we got the two companies set up, and I would ask him, what kind of ideas would you like? Because when he first found out, he looked at it and he said, that's my name. And I said, yes, it is. I said, you'll be a co-owner with me. So he truly does remind me every day, I am a co-owner, Mom, and I can make the decisions. And I'm like, okay. So, many hours of research and surrounded myself with people that were in positions that could help me with knowledge and things that I needed all along. As I said, Love Able Services is our 501c3 nonprofit parent corporation, and that's our comprehensive training program. We teach, I had a special ed teacher that designed our training program. And we have PowerPoint presentations, we have lesson plans, we do role modeling, we teach life skills, social skills, job skills, how to complete applications, doing interviewing skills, all the basic training that young adults would need to know to be able to go apply for a job. All of our training they have individuals with special abilities, and they have Down syndrome. We have just a wide variety of special abilities, autism, cerebral palsy. We just a wonderful array of young adults that are working with us now. You'll see some of those on that flyer as well on the top. We also are building our volunteer army, and that is under our Love Able Services. We have some amazing volunteers that support us in so many different ways. And we are continually wanting to build that volunteer army. We have a website is on that flyer at the bottom for Love Able Services, and there's an application there for volunteers. We do background checks on everybody, volunteers and people that apply for jobs. And so if you all have even a couple hours a month, or sounds like you all are very busy with activities that you do with this organization, but we would love to have you and love for you to come by Chris's and just kind of see. I had somebody ask if we were going to have a drive-through, and I said no, because that defeats the purpose of what we're all about. I said, I want people to come in. I want people to see them. I want to see them make the coffee. We visited a couple places where the young adults with special abilities worked in the back, and the people in the front didn't have special abilities, and that's not what we wanted. We wanted them to do every job that we do at Chris's. So they do. We have customer facing jobs, and they are out and they make the coffee, they make the custard, they make the food, they do everything that we have. They clean. So we have them out all the time. Right now we have non-customer facing jobs as well, where they just do cleaning and back of the house jobs, unloading trucks and putting things away. But everybody we have right now, they do everything. So they are trained very well when they come, and their expectations, our expectations of them are very high. I had lady Sarah Hollett, and she was Chris's special ed teacher in elementary school. And she first saw what I was doing, and she said, can I come and help you? And I said, absolutely. And so she was my secondhand person that we go on trips together and we go to food shows together. And it was just amazing having that person as a support person. And so her expectations of the kids were very high, and they rise to those expectations. And so she would tell them, no, you can do it. I know you can do it. And so they would work hard, and you could see them struggling to learn and struggling to do it. But in the end, when we finished training, they all were able to do everything that we had there. So it's amazing. Part of what I like at Chris's, and would love to have all of you come over and see us and just see what we're doing and how they're doing it. Part of this is, I hope that people that own businesses, that will give them an idea, hey, maybe I have an opportunity where we can employ an individual with special abilities. think of some things that you think they may be able to do. And, just to be able to even get in contact with us, and we could refer you to some people. But they have so many abilities and gifts and talents, and they just need opportunities just to be able to let those shine. Chris's Coffee and Custard is the job site for Love Able Services. And we have all different ages. Our oldest lady that comes and works for us, she does all our baking. Radar brings her in the morning, and she lives in a group home, and she's there from 6:30 in the morning till 11, and then they take her back home, and she does all our baking. We have our youngest is 18, and then Chris is 26. So we have just all different age groups and different skill levels. It's been amazing watching God, how he's organized this, because every time I would pray about something, like in the beginning, I'm like, Lord, I just need this, or I need this, and certain and just so specific. And a couple weeks after that, somebody would come and say, hey, I do this. Can I help you? And it was exactly what I was needing. Or I know somebody. At one of our board meetings, I said, I need an artist because I want to do a thank you all for people that had donated time or finances. And one of our board members said, well, my wife's cousin is an artist. And so he ended up talking with him. And when you all come in, we have a huge thank you wall up on one of our walls. He also did our logo on the front of the building and inside, and then did our menu boards, which are amazing. If you go on our Chris's Coffee and Custard website, and you'll see some of the pictures of those. And he just donated all of his time. So we've just had some amazing people in our lives. And it truly is a community that has helped us make this dream possible. Just things like when we first went and I scheduled a meeting, Greg Feldman was on my board, our financial director, and he said, Beth, you need to talk to the Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. So I set an appointment and called, and it was Michelle Eberly that we had an appointment with. And that Friday before, we were asked to do a Christmas play and serve cookies and coffee. And we weren't open, so we just went and bought some coffee and cookies, and we were getting there. But I said, could we wear our t-shirts? And they said, yes. So we were setting everything up, and I had a lady came up to me and she said, you don't know me yet, but she said, we have a meeting on Tuesday. She said, I'm Michelle Eberly. And I said, oh my goodness. And so when I went to the meeting the next week, I already had met her. And then that was just certain things like that. And then we ended up going and talking to different companies about grants. And that one led to the next one. And this person knew somebody on that board. And it was just amazing how God opened the doors, and it unfolded all the way down the line. And, the first day when we finished our first training program, and I stood up there and they all got their certificates, and I saw we had 18 young adults that were standing there in line, and I just started crying. And I said, it's just amazing to see how you guys have grown, and just the culmination of everything together, and to see you guys ready to really start working. And our first day, our grand opening was March 6th of last year. And the first day it was, I don't know if any of you were there, but it was out the door all day long from 9 till 6 o'clock. And just watching them, I just thought, this is a God place. I mean, that's all I could say. It's God is here, and he's made this for our young adults. So let's see. Just wanted to let you know our goals for this year, and any needs that we had. We are working on raising funds just to hire some more support staff, train them, because our goal is to hire 20 more young adults with special abilities this year. We have 23 on our staff right now that are a variety of hours and days. They're all part-time. So that's what we're doing right now, is focusing on trying to expand and almost double this year on who we're able to serve. As I said, our applications for volunteers are on our Love Able Services website, and then applications for, we do have support staff that are paid staff. And those are on the Chris's Coffee and Custard website, and also the applications for the young adults with special abilities there as well. So if you know of any young adults with special abilities, please refer them to our website, or they can come into Chris's. We have applications there as well. And we have three events this year that we're doing. We're finalizing up our brick fundraiser. And we have Seven Oaks down in Rocky Mount has offered to, they designed our walkway that's going to be in front of Chris's. And they're going to lay it and do everything, and they're donating all of their time. And so we are just about to finish that fundraiser. We're going to finish that up on Monday. We do have a link on Chris's Coffee and Custard for that you can order it, and then we have them engraved and then have them shipped to us. So it's been amazing to see the different businesses and individuals. We also have bricks for thank you for some of our donors as well on there. September 24th, we're going to have a formal fundraising dinner at Hidden Valley Country Club. And all of our young adults are going to serve, and they wear their teal ties and bow ties. And we have volunteers that help support them at the tables. And then we also are going to do our second Chris's Cocoa and Cookies with Santa, December 1st through the 3rd. And that's at our shop as well. And that was amazing this past year. So we would love for you all to come and join us, come over and see us. We do have some of our coffee. This is Chris's blend. It's a Guatemalan Costa Rican blend, and that is our house coffee. We also have decaf there, and just wanted to let you try that. And also in this cooler, we brought some samples of our vanilla and chocolate custard, and there's little cups there. So you all can come over and see all the different items that we have as well. Chris, do you want to say something real quick? Come on.
Give them culture and give free hugs.
That's right. Some of the things that I always asked him, what do you want at Chris's? And he does the Night to Shine prom. And one of those they walk down the red carpet, and then they walk into the prom that's all decorated. And he said, I want a red carpet at Chris's. So we have red carpets with our Chris's logo at the front door and the other door where you go out. So when you come to Chris's, you walk across the red carpet and you get the red carpet treatment when you come in. And we have customer service is huge for us. And so you will usually always hear welcome to Chris's when you come in, and thank you for coming when you leave. And a lot of times with this, you come in, they'll have the door open for you when you come. So thank you for the opportunity to be here, and look forward to seeing you all. Thank you.
Well, we're just so glad to have you guys here. So thank you. Absolutely. We do have a speaker honorarium. It's to Lovable Services Incorporated. So again, thank you very much. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And next week, we have Reduce, Reuse, Recycle in Roanoke by Bonnie Branch, Sustainable Roanoke. And again, we can thank Leanne for a wonderful program. And guys, it's been a beautiful day. Let's get out and sell some pancake tickets. Let's make those horses run. All the dates that we talked about on our announcements is on our website. So again, I assigned homework. Who did it? All right, that's the other half of y'all. You need to do it. Yep, every day of your life. Log on to our Kiwanis website. And with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.